up, buttes and viewers? My name is Kiss, and welcome back to KTV Network. Today, I am reacting to President Trump saves Nintendo Switch 2. Okay. I have some thoughts on this. I'm not sure if I should give my thoughts now or as the video starts, but you know what? I'm gonna give my thoughts now. Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying yes, objectively, President Trump is the best president we've had so far. Yeah, sure. But this was a ploy. My point of view, because it's all an optics game. It's all an optics game for him. Okay. This man has an IQ of 155, I think I last saw, and he's very smart. Okay, very logical. He plays chess, and I think this man wants to be viewed as the savior. Keyword savior. I look at things from a Christian lens. I'm not a Christian, okay? Let me preface that. But I view things from a Christian lens. Keyword savior. If you know, you know. But yeah, let's begin. Let's see what Jeremy has to say here from Geeks and Gamers. And he basically did this just to be like, oh my goodness, he saved us. Yes.
President Donald Trump has saved the Switch 2 release. He has saved gaming. And I think all Nintendo fans should rally around the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America and thank him. Thank you, President Trump, for single-handedly...
Let me preface this by saying I'm neither left or right. I don't give a fuck. Excuse me for cursing. I'm just not. I love Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, but whenever he says thank you, Trump, I'm just like, please stop. I love watching his content, though.
Saving the Switch 2. You're welcome, America. Now, the reason I say that is because there's obviously a little bit of sarcasm in there, because this whole thing with the Nintendo Switch 2 has been hilarious. Once the prices dropped, $449 for the console, $80 for Mario Kart World, a bunch of gender-confused weirdos decided to blame those prices on President Trump. They blamed President Trump for that because, of course, they did, because they've been raised by TikTok and they're complete nut jobs with pronouns in their bio. But the reality of it is Nintendo addressed it and said, no, that price was set in stone, had nothing to do with the tariffs. However, now that President Trump announced tariffs about a week ago, we're going to be delaying the pre-orders in the United States of America so we can reassess everything. Then these weirdos lose their minds again because, again, raised by TikTok, pronouns in bio, not a very good scenario there. Now,
they're programmed
President
to hate
Trump
him.
Announces today that he is putting a 90-day pause on all tariffs except for China, which is getting 125%. So now, the Nintendo Switch 2, it's back, baby. Not officially. There's a lot of speculation that the pre-orders are going to drop today, which again was the original day. We'll see if that happens. But I have seen some of the reaction. I watched one video in particular, and I couldn't believe it. These Nintendo deserves a better class of fan, and I'm gonna give it to you because my God, these people are built of soy.
And it's funny that he's talking about China, because didn't China expose the overpricing of major brand labels over here in the U.S.?
Really weird. It's really strange. I'm not saying you have to agree with my politics because you don't. You're welcome to have whatever opinions you want, but
that's why I like him. He's like, you don't have to agree with me. That's how we all have to be.
The fear of President Trump when these people are talking about him is like nothing I have ever seen. So this one video in particular, a Nintendo gaming focused channel, this guy was trying to talk about today's news and specifically talking about this Truth Social post. And he's like, guys, I'm going to do something I never thought I was going to do, but I'm going to read a post from Truth Social.
Not the list.
I'm going to read some good news from President Trump. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Just read it. Why do you have to qualify what you're saying? You wouldn't do that with Obama. You wouldn't do it with Clinton, and you wouldn't do it with Biden. But because it's big, bad orange, man, suddenly you have to put qualifiers out there. You start having to apologize. You know why? Because they are surrounded.
I'm like, none of those motherfuckers. Excuse me for cursing yet again. I know it's distasteful to curse, and I try not to do it often, but I don't think anybody.
Surrounded by freaks that will give them all types of shame if they are not mean to Donald Trump, talk about how Donald Trump's the worst person in the world, yada, yada, yada. Also, the people that follow their channel will go off on them, and they know it. They're scared of their friends, and they're scared of their followers, and they're terrified, and they have to qualify everything. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. And then talking about like, oh, this is good news, but there's a lot of problems in the world, guys, and we need to be aware of that. We need to be aware of these problems. And I'm like, you're the one that's hanging your entire life on the fucking release of a Nintendo Switch. Like, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I don't care. Delay the goddamn thing for all I care. Make America great again. Make America first. That's what's more important, not a damn video game system. But these people want to virtue signal about there's bigger problems in the world, guys, and we need to be aware of that. Oh, my God. Anyway, now we're at the point where the Nintendo Switch 2 could be getting its pre-orders put back in place anytime now. By the time you're watching this video, it could be announced. I'm thinking it's probably going to be announced either Thursday or Friday. Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order could happen at any time in the U.S. Here's what to do. It says the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order date was supposed to be today, April 9th, but because U.S. tariffs delayed reservations, all American stores have been in a holding pattern. Good news, Switch 2 pre-orders could start at any moment, according to multiple U.S. retailer sources. The shortcut spoke to this afternoon. They're waiting for the green light from Nintendo as U.S. tariffs for all countries except China are being paused. The 90-day pause would allow Nintendo to start accepting pre-orders at any time starting today. This also means the Switch 2 price unlikely is to rise above $449 for the console. This is something that we reported on earlier today, with one analysis group predicting that Nintendo won't change the current $449 pricing in the long run. Of course, we recommend in our Nintendo Switch 2 hands-on review that you opt for the $500 console bundle with Mario Kart World simply because the game costs $80 alone. This will allow you to save money, and the game is actually very good. While Nintendo did delay Switch 2 pre-orders last week, it didn't delay the Switch 2 release. The console is set for June 5th, 2025. So there you go. So we're going to have to see how this all plays out. And of course, tonight is you're probably not going to see this until after the fact, but we do play Mario Kart over on our Geeks and Gamers Play channel. Usually once a week we try to do that, and we usually have about 2,000 people watching us over there. So really would love to see you guys join us for the Mario Kart streams. Obviously, once Mario Kart World drops, we're going to be playing that one. But right now it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We have a lot of fun, although there's a lot of cussing and there's a lot of name calling because that's how we roll. And of course, we're not going to apologize for that. So if you're looking for one of these Nintendo channels that are just going to apologize for everything, be scared to death of everything, be scared to death of their audience, scared to death of their friends, this ain't it, because we talk a lot of shit around here, and I give you my unfiltered opinion, and that's the way it is.
Go to
You deserve
HE
honesty,
double hockey
not
sticks.
bitch-made behavior. Anyway,
Exactly.
you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.
All right. Yeah, I gave my thoughts on this video. I pretty much believe that it's an optics game. But, and people just need to be stop being so anal about politics. Just, I mean, do whatever you want to do. I don't care. But let me know what you think about this video. Comment down below in the reaction. Comment your reactions down below. Let me know what other gaming videos you want me to react to. Like and subscribe if you vibe. And I'll see you guys on live streams. Thanks for stopping by.